2024 is coming to an end. You probably don't even realize how much you've learned, how much you've grown, how much you've experienced. I know I had my up and downs this year and it hasn't been exactly easy, but here I am to share 10 lessons that I've learned this past year with you guys. First of all, the people who are meant to stay in your life will stay. And I'm saying this with absolute certainty because I've ended a lot of relationships this past year, not only romantic ones, but also in friendships. Yes, it might be hard at first to even see a problem in a relationship and to end things with them because they were a part of your life and they probably left a mark, whether that is a positive one or a negative one, but they were still part of you. But at the end of the day, if they are meant to be in your life, they will find a way to come back to you. And I am sure of that. It's that easy. It doesn't matter if they live far away, if you don't see each other very often, if there are millions of problems, because at the end, the people who are meant to be in your life will stay in your life. Second, lessons that I've had to learn in a really hard way is always choose yourself. This might seem cliche because a lot of people say, oh, choose yourself, choose what makes you feel good. But most of the times people don't even realize what makes them feel good and how to choose themselves, especially. I've been hurt so much this past year and it took me a lot of effort to actually start choosing myself and what I truly want because I was usually a people pleaser. So I always put other people's first, even other people's opinions, other people's needs. And this year I've actually learned that other people are never going to be as important as I am. There comes a time when you feel that you can't do this anymore and it's just not healthy for you to keep putting people on a pedestal and not putting yourself first, even though you are the only one who's ever going to be in your life forever. People come and go, literally every single day you meet new people and then they leave and you never see them again. And the only person who will be there for you is yourself. You are not a bad person if you put yourself as a priority. Third lesson is other people's recognition and other people's approval of you won't bring you happiness, ever. This is a huge step forward for me, and to be honest, I'm exposing myself a little bit. For almost all my life, I've always thought that I wanted to be famous, that I wanted to be recognized, because this would bring me happiness, this would bring me freedom. However, recently I realized that what I wanted was actually to be seen, to be loved, and to be recognized, but in a genuine way. So I was looking for other people's approval because I couldn't approve of myself. I couldn't be happy about the goals and the things I had accomplished, and I needed other people to tell me that I did great. So I've been wanting to be loved for all my life, and I wasn't loving myself. And I was always so incredibly unhappy because I always thought that if other people could see good things in me, then maybe I was worth it. You know, if other people saw something good in me, then I am a good person. If other people saw only the bad parts, oh, then maybe I need to work on myself more. Because even though I had everything on the outside, I was still really empty on the inside. I wasn't giving myself attention, I wasn't giving myself love, I wasn't giving myself care. I was always, and I still am sometimes, really hard on myself. Really fucking hard. If I was liked, then maybe I would have a reason to like myself. And now that I say it out loud, I realize it's such a twisted mechanism. When I finally realized this twisted mechanism, which was like 2 months ago by the way, so not even that long ago, something in me changed. I decided to choose myself. I decided to do the things that I love and surround myself with people who love me just as I am. Most importantly, I don't care about being famous anymore, and this video that I'm recording is for you, obviously, for you to learn something, but especially for me. Especially for me because I want to see how far I've come and how much I've actually learned this year. Fourth lesson, do not settle. I've dated a lot of people this year. I am not ashamed because I actually needed that dating phase of my life to realize what I do not want from men. And thanks to each one of my dating experience, I've learned something, and I've learned something about myself especially. Yes, maybe that person treats you well, maybe they are cute, maybe they are smart or whatever, but that doesn't mean that they are supposed to be in a relationship with you. ultimately, if people don't meet my standards and my expectations, and I'm not saying that I'm not willing to compromise, because obviously in a relationship you have to compromise sometimes, but what I'm saying is, if they can't put the effort into the relationship, then I don't want them. Because honestly, I am so tired of putting all the effort into a relationship when it's not my job. I'm not supposed to do all the work and to beg for you to even give me your attention. Like, if you have to beg someone to treat you right, let them go, because they are not worth it. So I'm proud to say that even when I like somebody, I was able to let them go and to find something better. And something better doesn't always mean to go look for it in other people. You can find it in yourself. Fifth lesson is follow your intuition. This is actually a really cute story for me. I sent my application to 2 universities. One of them was my favorite, but they only accepted like 30 Italian students or something. So I applied to the other one just to, have a plan B. But then I got accepted into that plan B university, and I genuinely didn't know what to say, what to do, if to accept or reject. I didn't know anything. And I was super confused, because I was like, okay, but what if I don't get in the top university? What if I'm left with no options? But at the end of the day, I followed my intuition and I said, okay, this university is my plan B. My plan A is this one. So why should I compromise? And why should I accept anything less that I truly want? So I decided to reject the offer of the other university, and in June I discovered that I got into my top university. So now I'm attending that university. However, imagine if I had accepted the first place in the Plan B university. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be studying in my favorite university, and I wouldn't be proud of myself. I wouldn't be just as satisfied as I am. Lesson number 6. The best things happen when you leave your comfort zone. If you are always doing the same things with the same people in the same circumstances, how do you expect to change? How do you expect things to go differently? It doesn't have to be something extreme, something completely out of your league. You can start by doing something small, something that will benefit you in the long term. For example, journaling, or getting to know your emotions on a deeper level, or going on solo dates. And this year, when I moved to Milan, I decided to go on a dinner alone, on a university dinner alone. So everybody had their friends there and they kind of knew each other. And I just arrived there completely alone, and I will admit that the first minutes I was like, okay, who am I supposed to talk to now? Then I started talking to people. Now I am still talking to some of those people that I met during the dinner. However, if I had gone with another friend, I am sure as hell that I wouldn't have talked to anybody. I am sure of that. 7. Seeing the beauty in the little things is the key to happiness. I have noticed this thing, especially in the last few months, which have not been super easy on me, and especially stress is something that I'm dealing with. But a way of dealing with stress for me has been also looking around and just noticing the little things, such as, a beautiful moonlight or a beautiful sunset, or, getting a pumpkin spice latte and just walking around the city. Those are the small things that will bring you happiness in some way. I definitely know that seeing life through these lenses has changed me. Sometimes I fall into my old patterns because obviously I am human, and as such, sometimes it's hard to see what's good when you're feeling really bad inside. 8. You can control what comes your way, but you can control how you react. And this is extremely true, because life will put on your way so many difficulties, so many challenges, and you can control them, obviously. You can control what comes your way, and if you try, you will fail. If a person comes into your life and they bring sadness, they bring anger, resentment, and all the possible issues in this world, you obviously cannot fix the person, but you can choose how to respond, and therefore you can choose to leave. You can get to know yourself so that when life brings you challenges and difficulties, you know how to handle them. Lesson number 9. You don't need to have it all figured out. This is something I struggle with most of my life, because I am a control freak. I have to admit that. I want to have everything under control, every single relationship, every single person, every single event. I need to have it all under control. For example, for me, not having clear goals, clear standards is something that makes me so anxious, so stressed. But I have also learned, also through meditation, that sometimes you can just be. You literally don't have to do anything, you can just be. Yes, it's important to set goals and standards for yourself, but sometimes you can also live a little and just enjoy what is right in front of you before it goes away. Because life, most of the time, will reveal itself going forward. I have been feeling a little bit lost lately, but this leads me to my final lesson, which is you are always in the right place at the right time, and everything happens for a reason. Now, I sound like a broken record because I've said everything happens for a reason in at least 3 of my videos. In the moment, it might seem like it's not true. That why am I suffering? Why am I going through this? Why am I hurting so much? But you will understand everything with time. Remember that when you're going through something difficult, it's because you need to grow. It's because you need to learn something. So everything, even the most negative things, will lead you to where you need to be. Wherever you are right now, whatever you are going through, just know that it will pass. And at the end of the journey, you will look back and understand everything. Nothing is random. Just be patient and try to understand. I have to admit that this year has been intense. I've cried a lot, I've laughed a lot, I did a lot of things, I accomplished a lot of goals. At the end of the day, what I'm most thankful for is the fact that I was able to reconnect with myself and to understand that I need to be present for myself, because if I am not, no one else will be. I know I am a good person, I know I am ambitious, I know I have goals, I know I have potential, and no one else has to tell me all of these things. So I suggest you write down everything you've accomplished this year, everything you are proud of yourself for doing or for being or whatever. Just write and understand who you have become this year. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and if you want, I can even do a part 2 of this video because I have learned other things as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.